is up, gamers and gearheads? Brittality here to bring you another episode of the Road to Hypefestation. With me today, I have the reigning champs, Synergy, and from Synergy we have Strangulate and Noxious Hero. What's up, guys?
What is up? Glad to be here again.
Glad to have you.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes, right, Osby?
Yes, sir.
Now, we've interviewed Strang before, and Nox is new, but we're just going to go over it again. Strangulate, if you would, give us a brief Gears of War history for those who don't know you.
Yeah, sure. I'll give my very brief history because a lot of people have been kind of filled in on where my background is from. But basically, Gears 1 was just a series of snipe matches. I just had to be the best at 1v1 snipes. I didn't do anything too competitive, just kind of played the backyard games of Gears. Gears 2, I played a lot of GB, a lot of online tournaments. I went to a few MLGs with pickup teams just for the experience, but I didn't really break out until Gears 3, of course. And just picking up the pieces in Gears 3 and just really trying to push the team to be the best we can be.
Yeah, and Noxious, how about you? Just let us know when you started playing, some teams you've been on, maybe some achievements.
Oh, man. When I started playing, basically I was born on rooftops. A little hammer of dawn fell in my hands, and it was like the gift from the gods. That's basically how I came out, just playing GB and rooftops.
And you've been with Synergy for how long now?
I think more than a year,
okay.
And a few months behind Ben's back.
Okay.
That sounds about right. He joined us at Winter Brawl, but there was also breaks in between events beforehand. So we were playing online with him quite a bit beforehand, and then we finally figured out that it works. Now that it works online and it works on LAN, so cool. I don't think we'd have it any other way.
Now, Strang, how did it feel to not finally have to fight your way out of the losers bracket at Hype 3? Because before in competitions, you guys would lose, go to the losers bracket, and have to crawl your way back to win. So how did it feel just going all the way through the winners bracket?
It honestly just felt like a completely different game. The last 3 tournaments we would lose pretty early. If the latest we would lose would be like winners semis, and we'd have, like you said, we'd have to claw our way back. And it just felt like a completely different tournament. When we won winners finals and we were just resting there, we didn't play. We were just waiting for losers bracket to finish. It was an unreal kind of feeling that only one team can really experience winning the winners bracket. I think it has its advantages and its disadvantages because we were a little cold coming back, but it felt great. It was really nice just kind of sitting on our little chairs and just waiting to play and watching everyone else just sweat. I felt like I never really been able to spectate the final matches. I've always been playing them. So it was cool to just sit back and get to talk to everybody and get their input spectating the games. It was fun.
Now, Strang, also along with that, how is the Synergy now different from what we saw from you guys at Hype 2? I mean, other than your fourth, you, Nasty, and Yog have been together for a while, and I think that was the Yog's and Nasty's first LAN? Was that their first LAN?
Yeah, back at Hype 2, that was their first LAN. Nasty had been to an E-Bash before, but I mean, there was no real teams there, so he kind of just got his feet wet for the first time and was able to kind of see what the game's like on LAN, just that type of experience. Of course, going from playing GB and playing these online tournaments and ranked every day to playing something where you're actually seeing the face of the gamer tags you're playing against was something that I think really surprised him, but he obviously loves it. He likes getting in people's faces when he's playing, so he kind of strives off that because he does come from that high school sports kind of competitive mentality.
Yeah, so how are you guys now different from what you were at Hype 2?
We're very similar. The only difference is that when we were going into it, we kind of felt Damage Points was kind of our leader. He was the veteran at that point, and we looked to him for that reassurance and that leadership. After Yog, Nasty, and myself have been playing together for so long, now we're kind of the leaders, and then we could mold and kind of get Osby to fill in the spot that we needed. So instead of being led, now we're kind of leading, and we just feel very, very comfortable now. So we feel very much in control as compared to Hype 2.
Yeah. Noxious, do you ever worry about your guys' performance due to the lack of practice? I know I see you guys on Twitter a lot. Maybe Nasty doesn't get on a whole lot. It's just you three, and you guys have a sub now, right, for scrims?
We sometimes have subs.
Yeah.
It's just up to Ben and Yog. But I'm worrying about our performance. I worry about more my performance than anything because I'm the one getting on and just playing rank, and I feel like that affects me. They don't even get on, so when they get on, they already have that stream mentality from last time they played me. I got that rank mentality of just like pushing people.
Yeah.
And not caring. So I think it affects me more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can add on to that answer too, I'm kind of having this conversation lately with Yog, because obviously we really don't practice at all, and it's kind of a problem. But also, you have to make the choice when it comes down to scrimming or when it comes down to the players, right? Like, would you rather have an unpracticed LeBron James, or would you rather have like a practiced, well, I don't want to go too far into the basketball, but just, like a practiced kind of mediocre player, right? So obviously our team can handle it. We're good on LAN, we're good online, we're good all around, and we always believe that when we're sucked into the LAN that Gears weekend, that we're just going to be, everything's going to come back to us. It's just like riding a bike, and we're going to just get fully immersed into that and pick up where we started. We're not ever too worried about practice just because of that reason.
Now, Noxious, do you ever feel like you're on the chopping block with Synergy? I mean, it's been those three guys for a really long time. You're kind of a new addition, and even in between Hype 3 and now, you kind of questioned whether you wanted to be on the team or not. So, I mean, do you ever feel like the outsider?
Oh yeah, the disposable fourth? Yeah, all the time. I got dropped 8 times with Brittality, but I love these guys.
But who's counting, right?
It doesn't, yeah, but who's counting? I don't have a knife behind me to stab you anytime anymore. But yeah, I love these guys, and I can't picture myself playing with anybody else.
Yeah.
So I can understand it as a business standpoint, they just want to win.
Right.
And so do I. So that man, I had to step up my performance, and so far I have.
Awesome. Now, Strang, why do you travel so far to compete? I think you are from Canada. You cross the border
I'm from Black Tusk Studios. I'm at Victoria in Vancouver Island.
Oh, awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Why do you travel so far? What is it about Gears that makes you want to travel to compete in it?
I think at this point it's honestly just like an obligation to the game and my team. I've been to so many of these things now, it just seems like a shame to miss one. And I don't think the distance is that big of an issue for me. I mean, a plane trip is a plane trip in a lot of ways, and you have a lot of Cali guys coming out. The Funky Bunch stays together because PR still flies out there, and if I'm on the plane ticket early enough, it's not too expensive. The cost isn't that big of a deal. Because of our current position in the game, it's not that financially strenuous to continue to pay for my travel out there. And plus, Hype does a really good job at finding affordable hotels and stuff like that. And I've learned now how to kind of make the travel affordable. So that's not really a big deal, but again, it's just kind of an obligation to the game. I want to see our team together. I want to see our team compete, and plus I love doing it, so how couldn't I?
Awesome. Nox, we'll start with you on this one. Does any of the competition worry or excite you for Hype Summer Jam?
I'm so excited to play against Nate Merckx, especially how much he's been playing 8 hours a day. I'm so excited to go against him because he beat me at Hype 2. By one round on execution, each execution map. So I'm very excited to go against him, and I expect them to see him in the finals.
Are you worried about anyone?
I have no competition right now. I'm not worried about anybody.
What about you, Strang?
You know what? For me, it's more interest. I'm not worried. I'm not excited. I'm very interested in playing some of these teams that have gone back to their roots. It's something that we've done from time to time. For Notorious, of course, the runners up for Winter Brawl 8, they're the full team again, as it stands right now. And then, of course, Mental and them picking up praise. I think it's just I'm going to be very interested to see how they do, because when it comes down to LAN, it's in this game especially, one player can't just pick up the team and win it for them. It takes a group effort, and I want to see if the extra experience will lead to more kind of consistency on LAN. I want to see if everyone can kind of step up to the plate and give us a challenge. I really want to play these teams really, really badly just to see how they'll do, because I know they didn't play to their potential, at least against us the last couple of times we played them on LAN.
Why do you think Synergy is so successful?
Well, I've said this a couple times because I get asked that quite a bit. A lot of it is just sticking with it. We're always there. We're always playing. At least in the tournaments, we're at every LAN. If you don't kind of go away, I mean, all you can do is progress, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's really as simple as just, like me, continuing to travel to these events, sticking with it, just forcing the team to really, make it out there. I mean, it's not like we're forcing them to, but everyone makes the effort to do it. So you put the effort in, and you have all the other pieces, like you have the skill and you have the chemistry. It just kind of it doesn't really stop. It's kind of like a snowball effect, and it's really as simple as that. Just sticking with it and not going away. When we're on LAN, we've also a lot because of our lack of online practice. We figure out the game as we play on LAN. Every game we get better because we're polishing our skills from not practicing, ironically, and we're really figuring out what works. You'll see us do things on LAN we've never done online, not because we're hiding strategies, but because we're creating new ones. And we do that almost every time we play on LAN, and we find something that works, and we run that same strategy almost every single round. And we don't even care if it's a predictable strategy because it's so strong. Mm-hmm. Base strats are base strats because they're the most comfortable strat. They're the best strat technically. So we run a lot of base strats, and we try to keep things simple and don't try to overdo things. So that way we make less mistakes, and we're almost always on the same page.
Now, Strang, is there anything we can look forward to in the future as far as synergy goes?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of in this mindset right now where we can only be as big as the Gears franchise. We've planted the seeds for a bunch of things. Obviously, we're pretty big on social media for Twitter. We created a Facebook page. We've created a couple new YouTubes. Content is pending, but we're really looking forward to getting that going eventually. Again, it might come with the new game. You might not see too much until then. Mm-hmm. Definitely planning on it, though. Obviously, a lot of people have seen us in Ponit where they're our new apparel sponsor, and we'll have our own SYN store that'll be launched very soon with their new website, so that's really exciting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Other than the apparel sponsor, we have our foot in the door for a lot of things, but obviously Gears is kind of, it needs to take that extra leap, and I don't think it will into the next game, so all we can do is just stay on the radar and just try to continue that climb of the win streak rather.
Mm-hmm. Alright guys, that is all the questions I have for you. Let's move over to Twitter. SM Abnormal asks, I heard Nasty hates screaming with SYN, but only stays because they win. Is this true?
Nasty, he has tried playing with other teams. He openly admits that he doesn't want to play for any other team. He doesn't hate scrumming with us at all. He just has a lot going on, and it doesn't matter what team he's on. He doesn't have the time to scrim right now. Of course, a player like Nasty, as good as he is, can always open himself up to other options, but definitely in this point of the game, I mean, there's no reason for him to even look at another team, and that's why he's still on our team. So
yeah. Also to you, Ben, this would be a question for you. Why keep Nox?
Well, a lot of different reasons. We obviously had our falling out with him and are picking him back up and everything, but a lot of that was just kind of our fault. It's just us putting a lot of blame on our fourth. We had a very notorious kind of reputation for finding faults in our chink of our armor, because we always, Yog and Nasty and I, we always had kind of like an ego. Noxious brings a lot to the team. He brings a type of fire and determination, passion, everything that and just an overall energy that can't be found in most fourths. He's very, very good with the weapons on his back, and he's also really good at holding down the map in those 1v1 situations, or when he's getting 2v1'd, and he's really good at buying time and being annoying. So I don't know. I guess that's pretty much it. He's really molded himself and learned to play our style, and I mean that's all we can ask for, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all of the questions we have from the Peanut Gallery. Do you guys want to do any shout outs or any last thoughts?
Of course, my teammates who couldn't make it today, mostly because we don't want to be talking over each other, but Nasty, aka @JacobPat, and my teammate Yogurt. I believe his Twitter is Yogurt with a 7. And shout out to Ponit, we're our apparel sponsor as well. They make some of not just the nicest clothes in terms of how pretty they are, but how comfortable they are. Just makes such good clothing. And then just shout out to Hypefestation as well for Summer Jam. I'm really looking forward to it at the end of the month.
All right. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see if you can hang on to that championship. Do you feel like you have a target on your back at all?
Oh yeah, always. Of course.
All right, guys. We look forward to seeing you play at Summer Jam, and good luck to you guys.
Thank you very much, Britt.